Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. Today we will make a grapple hook in Unreal Engine in first person. So let's get started. So we are in our first person template in the first person game that we are making, and we will go to the content drawer. In the blueprints folder, let's open the first person character blueprint. Here let's go to the viewport. We need a cable component, but before that we also need a scene component to tell the game where our cable component will start from. So let's add a scene component. Now I will call it Grapple start location. And now here we can add a cable component. I will call it Grapple cable. Now with this Grapple start location component selected, let's change the view mode to top. So here I want to move it somewhere like here, because I want the grapple hook to come out of the left side of my character. Yeah, so I think this is better. Here the position is -70, -70, 0. So this looks like a good position for our grapple hook. Now with the grapple cable component selected, first let's change the material. So for now I will just select the first person projectile material. You can use a different material. For me this looks good in the demo. And here in the end location I want it to be 0 and not 100. So let's also look at it from perspective mode. This is how it looks right now. And we want the end to be attached to this component. What is the component? Its name is grapple start location, exactly the same name. So this is the component that we want our cable's end to be attached to. And if we scroll down, we do not want our cable to be visible by default, because if we look down we can see it doing nothing basically. So when it's not in use, we don't want our cable to be visible. Alright, now let's go to the event graph and let's zoom here. So first we need event tick. I am already using the event tick, so we will go here. If you're not using it, you can make a new one and start from there. So here first we will add a sequence. So if we hold control and then drag, we can connect it here, and then we can promote this to variable. We will need it later. Also let's connect it to the first pin in sequence. So that helps us with the delta seconds variable, which we will use later. Now let's get some space. So we want to grapple when F is pressed on the keyboard. So let's look for keyboard event F. But before that, we also need a condition. So let's make a Boolean variable here, can grapple, because we don't want to be able to grapple again and again. We want a grapple cooldown. So yeah, let's make this variable, and by default it will be true, because by default we can grapple. Now let's get it, check for it using a branch, and then we need to immediately set it to false. Now we also need one more variable to keep track of whether we are currently grappling. So let's make a new Boolean variable, and it will be is grappling. By default it will be false. Let's set it to true, because now we are grappling. Now let's get the character movement. Because we have changed the gravity in our project, we need to set it to normal. So let's set gravity scale, and we want to set it to 1. Then we need to look for a surface where we can grapple. An easy way to do that is using a line trace. So we will use a line trace by channel. The start location will be the character location. So from our character to some distance, let's get our camera, because we want the direction to be where our camera is currently looking. Let's get its forward vector. This is the direction that our camera is looking. Now we need to multiply it by some number. Let's multiply. And I will change this to float. Let's promote it to variable. And let's call it grapple distance. Compile it. And the default value, let's try 3000. You can try a different number. Now here we need to add it. So this displacement, this distance, we need to add it to our actor location in the direction of the camera to get the end point of the line trace. Now let's draw debug type. Let's say this is for duration, so we can see what is happening. Now if we go back to our game and we stand here and press F, we can see that we have a line here which is deducting if some surface is in the view. So now let's continue, and now let's check for this value if we actually hit something, if the line trace hit something. We will check it using a branch. And if we hit something, let's get where we actually hit, the exact location. So for that, first let's break the hit result. And if we click this little arrow, we can see this location. Let's promote it to variable as well, because this is the exact location where the line hit the object. Let's call it grapple location. Let's collapse this node as well. Now we need a custom event. Let's make a custom event. Let's call it shoot grapple hook. We will use this event to actually shoot the grapple hook, and then we also need one more event. Let's make one more custom event. Let's call it reset grapple hook. This will be useful in resetting the variables that we change when we start our grapple hook. Now here, if we actually don't hit anything, if the line doesn't hit anything, then we want to reset our grapple hook. We will make this event later. And then if we actually hit something, then we want to shoot the grapple hook. We will make that event as well later. Now we want to launch our character. Before we actually send our character to the grapple location, we want to launch it off the ground a little bit, just a little bit. So in the Z direction, let's add 500. And I want to override X, Y, and Z. Then we can add a delay. And then we can launch our character again. And here we are going to do a very simple approximation. So as we know that speed is actually, let's say, velocity. Velocity is displacement divided by time. And let's say we want our character to reach a particular point in 0.4 seconds. We will get the displacement and divide it by 0.4 seconds. And dividing by 0.4 is equivalent to multiplying by 2.5. So we will get the displacement and then multiply it by 2.5 to get a rough estimate of the velocity that we need for our character to go from point A to point B. Now, because the time is short, the gravity doesn't act as much on it, so we can afford this approximation. This is not the best calculation actually to go from point A to point B in Unreal Engine, but it works for our project, so we will use that. So let's get the grapple location and subtract the actor's current location from it. get actor location. This is the displacement that we need to cover. We will multiply it by a float, which will be 2.5, which is 1 divided by 0.4. And we can connect it to launch velocity. And then we can actually have a field of view effect, which we have added before. If you have not added before, you don't need it, but because we have it, so we will use it as well. Start FOV. And then we will have a delay for 0.4 seconds. Then we will stop FOV. You don't need to start and stop FOV if you don't have these field of view effects set up in your project. You can directly just add the delay and continue. Then here as well, we need to reset the grapple hook. Now you can try this 0.2 second delay, but I actually don't like it much. So I'm going to change it to 0 actually. And because we changed it here, we don't get a lot of time. So we need to increment this delay just a little bit, to allow us to climb the walls or the surfaces that we're grappling to. Just a little bit. For me, 0.45 works. You can try with 0.5 as well, or whatever works for you. File and save. Let's comment these. So I will select this till here and press C to comment. Let's say check for target. I want it to be blue. And here, let's select these and press C to comment. Let's say grapple to target. I want this to be blue as well. Now let's select all of this. Move it down a little bit, then press C to comment. Let's say start grapple hook. Now let's make these events. So first we will make this shoot grapple hook event. So we will get our grapple cable and we will set visibility, because remember we set the visibility to hidden before, so we will set it to true right now. It will be visible from now. Then we will make a timeline. Let's call it grapple timeline. We will play it from start, double click to enter it, and I want the length to be 0.5 seconds. Let's add a float track. Let's call it inter speed, and let's add 2 keys. Actually, for the first key, let's say the time is 0 and value is 30. For the second key, let's say time is 0.5 and value is 30. This is the speed by which our grapple hook travels from our location to the distance. You can try changing these, or even having a curved graph if you want, but this looks fine for me right now, so I will use it. Let's go back to the event graph, and now we will use a node called vInterrupt2. Let's get grapple cable again and get world location. This is our current location. Let's plug it into current location. What is the target location? It is the grapple location, so let's get it and plug it in. Delta time, we set it in the tick event, so let's get delta seconds. Let's plug it here, and let's plug the interrupt speed as well. Now let's get the grapple cable again and set world location. So this code actually moves the grapple cable that we have. We do that on update. Let's plug the return value to new location, and that is our shoot grapple hook event. Let's select all of these and press C to comment. Shoot grapple hook event. Now let's make the reset grapple hook event. So when we reset our grapple hook, we want to change its visibility as well. So let's get the grapple cable and set visibility. We want it to be hidden, so we will set it to false. Now we have wall running in our project, so we will check if our character is wall running. If you don't have it, you don't need to do this. But because we have wall running in our project, we will check for it. So if we are wall running, then we will set the is grappling to false. And if we are not wall running, then first we will set the gravity scale. Let's get the character movement and set gravity scale. And then we will set the is grappling to false. What will be the gravity scale? We have the old gravity scale, we will plug it here. Now after that, we will wait for some time. Let's add a delay. Let's promote it to variable and call it grapple cooldown. This will be the delay before we can grapple again. So compile, save, and then we will change it to 2 seconds. So grapple cooldown will be 2 seconds. And then we will be able to grapple again. So let's set can grapple to true again. Let's select all of this, press C to comment, and say reset grapple hook event. Let's try it. It is working, and we want to disable this draw of this line trace, and we also want to add some lift to our character, or let's say add some upwards velocity to our character when we collide with these walls, so it can help us climb them. Let's go to the blueprint, and with our capsule component selected, let's say on component hit. With the main capsule component selected. Now we want to check if the other component is simulating physics. Let's get a branch. And if we are not simulating physics, that is if it is a static asset, if it is some static asset, we want to check if we are grappling. So let's get that. Get a branch. So if we are not simulating physics, then we want to check if we are grappling. And if we are grappling, we want to launch character. So let's say we will override X, Y, and Z, and the launch velocity will be 600. You can try different numbers if you want to. And just for debug, let's print text. Let's say we will print it. Let's select this. We will select till here because we will delete this one, and proceed to comment. Let's say climb wall at end of grapple. Let's try if it works. Compile, save, go to the viewport, and play. So if I press F, yeah, we do have some upwards velocity after hitting the target. Let's go back to the event graph. And here, let's say draw debug type is none. Compile, save. And we're done here. Let's check. So if we come here and try to grapple, so yeah, we can grapple and things are working. Let's grapple and wall run. Yay. So let me know what you think in the comments and I will see you in the next video.